guys, so for today's video I'm going to be starting a new kind of series. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it as like a series or whatever, but I definitely want to do more of these. And today I am doing a story time video. I thought to kind of start off this kind of story time thing on my channel, I would do the most kind of typical story time video. How many times have I said story time video? A lot of times, but I thought I would start off with the most typical story time video, which is like my top 5 embarrassing moments. But it's not going to be a top 5 because I can only think of 4 because I have a terrible memory. So yeah, it's going to be my top 4 most embarrassing moments. So these are just the ones that I could remember and the ones that stuck the most in my head. So if you want to know my most embarrassing stories I can remember, then keep on watching. And also, if I do think of my other ones, I will do another one of these videos. Okay, so I'm going to start off with like the smallest and least embarrassing one. The first one, it was in year 5 in primary school. So I was about 9, I'd say, like 9, 10. Probably 10 because I'm quite an old one in the year. And we were all sat on the carpet. If you go to a British school, you will know that in primary school you all sit on the carpet. And we were all sat, I can't remember what we were doing, but we were just sat like listening to the teacher or whatever, and I farted. I know it's not that embarrassing, but like it was embarrassing for me. Like I was like, oh my god, because I wasn't really a popular kid in school. Well, I'm still not, I'm not a popular child at all. I just had like a small group of friends. I didn't really have that many friends in primary school. I suffered from a bit of like teasing and stuff like that, and I just wasn't a popular kid. Like I had friends, but I didn't have that many. I was friends with everyone, but like, you know what I mean, I was always the one that kind of didn't have anyone to go with in partners and stuff, but whatever. And I farted and it was so embarrassing. So the person sat next to me was kind of like the geeky, not the geeky, but like the most geeky person in the class. So, you know, you get the ones that are just like really clever and like the boys tease him, and I feel so bad about this now because he was so nice. Like he goes to my school now and like he's just really nice. And I went bright red, obviously, and I tried to blame it on him, and I just kind of shuffled away from him like, ew, that's disgusting. And everyone was just like, Eve, we know it's you. So yeah, that was really embarrassing. Obviously not the most embarrassing story. Like I fart in school all the time now. Like I try to kind of cover it up, like it's usually when it's like really loud, like at lunch or something, but I fart in school all the time. Better out than in, hey? Okay, so the next one isn't really that embarrassing either, but I thought I would tell you guys. And I used to walk home from school like pretty much every single day, and one day I was walking on my own, wasn't listening to music or anything, and this was about year 9, and when I walked home I used to sing, like proper going for it, like proper going for this, like singing along to a really deep song. That obviously not singing along because I wasn't listening to any music, but just singing. And there was a bus stop like in front of me, and it was one of those ones where it has like the thing, it's like kind of like a hut, if that makes sense, and it's got like the advertisement, so you can't see who sat there. And I've walked around the corner and there's someone sat at the bus stop, and they looked at me like I was the weirdest person in the world, which they probably thought I was, because that is pretty weird to just walk along singing when you're on your own, proper going for it as well. So I was just like, yeah, definitely wasn't singing again. And then I just walked off as quickly as I could. I never sang walking home from that moment again, ever. Can't risk that happening again. Okay, so the next one, it's not really embarrassing, it's more cringy. Like I look back and I'm like, why the hell did I do that? This was in year 7, so I was about 11 or 12. It was the start of year 7, so either 11 or 12, because like I said, I am an older one in the year. And I kind of went into high school in that stage where everyone would wear their school uniforms really messy, and like their tie would be done here and or like buttons undone here. Like I'd only undo one. And I was stood before school, and some girl went to me who I didn't really know, but she was stood with my friends, but I didn't know her. And she said to me, you do know your shirt's undone, right? Obviously I thought she meant my top button, and I was like, who is this child? Why is she questioning me having my top button undone? Like everyone does that. So I responded to her, yeah. Like proper cocky, like this cocky little year 7. She was probably like, who the hell is this little ginger kid? Like someone please take her home. That happened, and then later on in the day, I'd say another couple hours later, I was just, you know, walking around school, and I've realised all my bottom buttons were undone. And I just was really cocky to this girl when she was telling me that my bottom buttons were undone, and I was being all cocky because I thought she meant my top button, and it was really embarrassing. And after it I was like, why the hell did I do that? Like, why didn't I just like check? And I was like, oh, what buttons do you mean? But no, I decided to be a cocky little year 7, so yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. Last story is by far my most embarrassing story that has ever happened to me. And no, it's not a period story. If you want to know my first period story, then do let me know. It might be a bit TMI, but I won't mind doing it because obviously periods are natural, like every woman, girl, whatever gets it. So stop being so scared. So this story is literally the most embarrassing story that's ever happened to me. Some of you guys may not think it's embarrassing, but it was embarrassing at the time. So me and my mum met my nana and my sister, who at this time, she was probably about 2, 3. So she was in a car seat. I mean, she's still in a car seat now because she's only small, but she was then like in a car seat, and my nana had the car seat in her car because she just brought her to McDonald's. So we went and had a McDonald's, and then we were leaving, but our car was like broken. I can't remember what was wrong with it. It was like in for an MOT or something like that, or something was wrong with it. I honestly cannot remember. This was so long ago. So we had a hire car. If you don't know what a hire car is, I'm sure you do. It's basically when you just pay or whatever. Like, I don't think we paid actually, because like something was wrong with our car, so it was being fixed, and we got given a car to drive around whilst ours was being fixed. Like, you get what I mean. And we'd only had it for a day, maybe 2 days. So my mum said, go get the car seat out of Nana's car, and then put it in the car, and then we're obviously going to go home. So I went and got the car seat from my Nana's car, and I was just strolling back, you know, with the car seat, and I saw the car, and I was like, I could have sworn it was a darker colour, but whatever. I was like, it's a hire car, I don't know what the car looks like. So strolling back with the car seat, opened the car door, put the car seat in, hopped in, and I've looked in the middle, and there was a boy sat in the middle, like the middle seat of the car, on his Nintendo DS. And I was like, my mum didn't tell me that we were like babysitting a boy, like who is this? So anyway, I got in the car, I was halfway through shutting the door, and I've looked forwards, and through the little mirror at the front, there was a woman I'd never seen before looking at me through the, I could literally just see her eyes, and she was like, obviously I'd got into the wrong car. So I hopped out of the car, grabbed the car seat, I was like, sorry, shut the door, and ran back to my car, literally, well, not my car, the hire car, like as fast as I possibly could, and got in the car, and I was like, I just got my mum was like, oh my god, spill. So yeah, that was really scary. So that is probably my most embarrassing story, but if you think about it, that's really scary. Like, they could have driven off with me. Like, guys, be careful. Make sure you know which car you're getting into, because you never know, you could get into some creepy person's car and they could be like, oh, I'm going to thank you for my collection of children. My sisters came in my room and reminded me of another embarrassing story that happened to me, so I am gonna have 5 to tell you. Okay, so this was in primary school. It was in year 1, so I was 5 or 6, and it was break time, because if you don't know, in British primary schools, it might be the same in other countries, but I'm not sure. You have first break, lunch, and then last break. So at last break, I was outside, you know, playing. I'm pretty sure I was playing on my own, but whatever. Because, you know, like I said, I was a bit of a loner. And I was like, I really, this is probably going to be really TMI for some of you, but I was like, I really need a poo. But break is almost over, I'm going to stay out and I'm going to play, so I sucked it in. That sounds so gross. So I sucked it in, and I was just like, you know what, let's just hold it. We can miss some of lesson, just keep it in if you can do it. So, you know, I was just playing, you know, as you do it, and I was like, crap, this is coming. I can't control this anymore. So I've literally sprinted to the dinner lady, because in primary school you have to ask if you can go to the toilet. I know it's ridiculous. You still have to ask now, but at lunch and break you had to ask. So I ran to the dinner lady, asked, literally ran inside, and like I ran in the corridor and then down to the toilet. Looked in my knickers, and I had soiled myself. Just a nice little turd in my knickers. My sister's in there and she's laughing. So that was, it wasn't really embarrassing, it was more gross, because obviously no one knew about it. Yeah. Like, I didn't tell anyone about it, except for like the little like care lady in our lesson. Like, I told her, she got me a new pair of knickers, it was all fine. And so I guess it's kind of embarrassing for me, like, for telling her, but like, I didn't tell anyone in the class, so it wasn't really embarrassing, it was just more gross, and I thought I'd tell you anyway. But yeah, so have you got any embarrassing stories that you could tell?
Yeah. Once I was in school, then I just randomly started singing in the middle of the class.
That's not embarrassing.
Bye.
So that's all my most embarrassing stories. I was going to get my sister in to tell one of hers, just because she's been mithered into being in a video for ages, but I have to go because I have an art exhibition at school now of all my artwork, well, everyone's artwork's in it. But yeah, so if you'd like me to do a video of like my sister's most embarrassing stories, even though most of them will probably be made up, and if I think of any more, then do let me know. And if you did enjoy it, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you'd like another story time video, let me know and I'll hopefully see you in my next one.